Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marsha and I'm the Blackthumbgardener, and today we are planting our brassicas in the garden. And before we do that, we are going to do a quick flashback to when we started these seeds. Check it out. Okay, so 7 weeks ago, I started all of my brassicas indoors in this 24 cell grow each tray. Now, if you're looking for more information on starting brassicas from seed, you can check out my video linked below. And while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to see more garden videos. Now, in these cells, I started some broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and Brussels sprouts indoors, and then I direct sowed my radishes, arugula, and bok choy into the garden. About a week later, the seeds had germinated and tiny seedlings started to appear. Now, I noticed that my seedlings looked a little bit leggy because I did not have them close to the light. They germinated so quickly that they ended up stretching towards the light before I could adjust the height. Not to worry though, it was early enough for me to tuck the stems back into the soil. Fast forward to 2 weeks ago, once they developed their first set of true leaves, it was time to pot them up into larger containers. Now you can see the roots were wrapping around the bottom and there was no room for the seedlings to grow because I planted them 2 per cell. Now once I entangled the roots and potted them into a larger container, they were finally able to continue to grow strong and healthy. Look how gorgeous they look. And now today they're finally ready to move outside into the garden beds. I'm really excited to start planting these in my cedar raised beds. Now if you've been following my gardening journey, you would have seen me build these containers a few weeks ago. The dimensions are 2 by 5 feet and I filled them with potting soil and compost. Now today I'm planting 2 types of kale, 2 types of broccolini, 1 cauliflower, and 1 broccoli plant, and really packing them in. On the sides, I've already planted onions in a prior video, and on the short ends, I've direct sowed some cilantro and spinach seeds that have already sprouted. So when I'm transplanting my seedlings, I make sure to harden them off properly over a week period, slowly exposing them to sun little by little and then leaving them overnight outdoors. Now, if there is a risk of frost, I will bring them inside or I will use a frost cloth to cover them up. Now when I'm planting my brassicas, I dig a decent sized hole to cover them up to the soil level they were in the pot they came out of. And I amend that hole with worm castings and an organic fertilizer to start them off strong. This is a process that you will see me repeat for all of my plantings. Now I've been using this combination for years and I've had the best harvest with this method. Once everything is planted in, I give them a good watering and I'll continue to monitor the water levels for the first week just to ensure the seedlings have enough moisture. Now you'll see me watering by hand for the next little bit, but I will be installing irrigation into these beds and that will be much better for these seedlings to have consistent water on a regular basis. Now I personally prefer when it rains. There's just something about the rainwater that makes my seedlings grow exponentially. Here's a quick close-up look of these seedlings all tucked in. They look fantastic. The last part to planting brassicas is probably the most important in my opinion to protect your young seedlings from pests. and that is adding some form of protection from the cabbage moth butterfly. Now, I picked up this simple hoop house from my local dollar store, and I find this method to be the best at protecting my young seedlings. The cabbage moth butterfly will lay eggs all over your plants, and then they will grow by feeding off of your brassicas. Now, if you don't want the hassle of covering your plants or can't find something like this hoop house, then you can use a product called BT to protect your plants. Now, BT is a naturally occurring soil bacterium that provides a toxin that disrupts the digestive system of the cabbage moths so that they can stop feeding immediately. While this product is safe for humans, pets, and pollinators, I personally will only use it as a last resort. If I don't have a mesh cover, I will inspect my plants every day and squish the eggs that are laid in the underside of the leaves. That's all that we have for today. I hope you liked this video. And if you want to learn more about growing brassicas from seed, you can check out my video here. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to catch up on more garden updates. See you later.